I stumbled into a fake work. I am sitting in an office. I fill out a form, send an email. Wait for an answer. Print the signed form. Store the form, repeat maybe 2-3 times a day. A week in so far. No training cause none is needed. IG. Last person quit from boredom. I am just freaking around on my phone most of the time. Pay is enough for my lifestyle. I think I made it. Buddy of mine is in this. He got hired for a position in HR. That got nuked. But they asked him if he minded since he spoke French to do translation services. He agreed, and now his only job is to service French-speaking clients who may come in 2 or 3 times a week. He's working on his online degree on the clock. I've never been more jealous. GIF Giphy 11 EVHR0 Kakaro. Sounds great, but the minute they take your stapler, start looking for a new job. If they have moved you to the basement, it's already too late. For the last 2 weeks I've been basically sitting around drinking free coffee and browsing the internet. I've been on a project to set up the IT for an office of 200 people over the previous month, and have been on site in case of problems since go live a fortnight ago. And because I did my job properly and double-checked everything, the only issues have been third-party stuff where I just have to be available to escort them around the site. Other than that, it's coffee and net time. I'm on holiday next week, hope they can manage without me. Show off. I would take online classes if I were in your shoes. Yes, I managed a full-time employment and graduated university at the same time. That's how cool I am. Pretty much what the job I started 6 months ago entails, minus the office, and sometimes I get phone calls. WFH. 4 on 4 off. Hourly W overtime. We joke around on Zoom. My supervisor is really laid back, cool, and actually willing to help if we need it. It's surreal after being at my last job for as long as I was. Pretty sure I have toxic workplace trauma from that place. That is the dream. Welcome to the club. We have one busy day a month, and then a week where it is semi-busy. Most of my month is spent just kinda answering phones and emails as I listen to audiobooks, trade stocks, and surf the internet. There are a million ways to pass the time with an internet connection, especially if you're getting paid well to do it. I cannot understand or sympathize the people out there who think it's boring and need to quit. I frequently see those posts on career advice, and I usually assume it's from some sheltered, soft-handed person who got their first job after college and never worked an actual shitty job. Hiring? Working on the Penske file? I had a job I ended up quitting because of a disability. But with that job I met my boss door like 2 minutes at the beginning of the shift, and then I was on my own. If I busted ass, I could get my job done in about 3.54 hours. Then from 7 midnight I got to do whatever I wanted. It was definitely nice. There was a cigarette making factory in town. As an operator, once your machine was loaded by others, you would press the start button. If it started, then you went away for 6 hours. If it didn't, you'd press the maintenance button. Maintenance would call you to press the start button again. It was a very good paying job. But many quit because they couldn't handle the boredom. This was back in the 70s, 80s, so there was a limit to distractions available. Basically, you had to like reading books. Nice. Are you able to do anything with your copious spare time? If this was WFH, it'd be perfect. I have the same sort of job with my own office and only about 60 minutes of actual work. I've pretty much completed Netflix Tears of Joy. Sim management games help pass the time. You're a real-life George Costanza and the Penske file. Milk it like you work at a dairy. Fantastic. Find something to train on, preferably with certification. Something like Microsoft Power Platform or whatever. Or whatever you are interested in. Don't overextend it but develop your skill set. While nice right now, someone will find that position sooner or later and you don't want to be in job search with undeveloped skills. What position is this? I gotta get hooked up, tears of joy. This is the definition of a bullshit job. It works for some people, especially those with a side project of some kind. But most people eventually leave because money doesn't quite make up for the inevitable feeling of uselessness. Living the dream. Okay sign. Pro tip: do not get lazy. Keep yourself busy, do push-ups. Learn a new skill. Catch up with friends and family. Organize an event. You've got a golden opportunity. Do not squander it. I'm doing a job that is so boring. I be on Reddit a lot, lol. Watching podcasts. Listening to music. It's okay. If it paid $2, $4 more, I'd complain less about being bored. Okay. I wouldn't complain at all. Lol. My part-time job is the opposite of boring. So at least I have balance. Kafka has entered the chat. Bro, you're working for a mafia shell company that is used to launder money, LMFAO. Sounds like your company is engaged in money laundering. If anyone knows of a similar company hiring remotely, please share details. Very happy for OP though, you're living the dream. Jealous. Get some audiobooks, smiling face with hearts. What is the job title? I need a career change. Fun realizing that the higher you're paid, the less you generally have to do any work at all. It's not that people who are paid more work harder. They may have worked hard to get out of the minimum wage hard labor pit. But being paid $75 per hour does not mean you're working 5 times harder than someone who's paid $15. Minimum wage should be tripled. Those people work the hardest of any. You can make it even easier if you have access to something like Microsoft Power Automate, because the steps you mention could readily be automated. How did you end up getting that job? Education? I am listening ear. That free time is extremely valuable, don't throw it away. Learn a new language or something. Are they hiring? Tears of joy. What type of company is it? What is your job title? Other details would be gratefully appreciated. Thanks, friend. You hit a jackpot here. You could take a second part-time job doing remote dev work or something similar and just do it from a laptop at your work desk. Double your pay. Make everyone who sees you think you are busy enough that they can't do without you. And still not really stress yourself out. It seems I'm in the minority here. But this sounds absolutely tortuous. I would rather it be balls to the walls than feel every damn minute of time that passes. I also have ADHD, so maybe that's why. I would just sit and think of all the ways I could be spending the time more efficiently, or at least in a fun way. Serious question. How would one find positions like this? Is it possible to seek them out, or is it purely luck? I feel like there's gotta be signs somewhere. Please tell me how to get a job there. Learn scripting and ask for home office. Congratulations, it reminds me of a summer job I had once. They needed to be able to say they had someone in a position while the full-timer was out for something or other. But they didn't want to train anyone to actually do the work. I got paid to read the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. It was great. Time block learning something you could use in life or in your profession. Even if it's just an hour or 2 a day. Congrats, you're living the life. Take up day trading while you got all that free time. These comments posts of people who are clearly not in production-based positions make me happy for them, but sad for myself and the rest of us who can't ever find setups like that. This is ideal. You can read books online. That was my favorite thing.